Well, hello there, bars and grills. It's Uncle Val, your trippy pal, and it's time for another Trippy Food live stream. We are joined by a cast of billions and Doodle, the Prince of Dogness. Doodle, the Prince of Dogness here. So we hope you had a wonderful Halloween and a wonderful Day of the Dead. You know, if you consider that wonderful. We did. Look. Yeah, so we're just getting over like Day of the Dead. So, you know, obviously the kind of, you know, the costumey kind of things just hanging about there. And so while Julie was here, because Julie, as you know, Julie Coots, while she was here, because she was visiting for about a week, and while she was here, we went to the big, I mean, really big Day of the Dead, or Dia de los Muertos festival in Hollywood Forever Cemetery, and that was fun. And if you missed that, there's a video out that came out on Day of the Dead, the second Day of the Dead, which I think was November 2nd, and just check that out, and you can see what you know what's involved in the Day of the Dead celebration. It's probably on a bigger, you know, a lot of the cemeteries will have ofrendas set up. They may have like mariachis or some sort of music like that set up. They may or may not have like food trucks or something like that. But this was a pretty big event, and it got so big over the past couple of years that they had to spread it out and have part of the group buy tickets for the daytime and part of the group buy tickets for nighttime. So kind of spread it out a little bit. Since Julie and I were there as media, we attended both the daytime and the nighttime thing, and we hope you enjoyed the video. It's about 30 minutes long, so you know, invest some time in watching that. But these are the kind of leftovers. Now, again. So Julie left on November 1st to go home. She has an offerenda set up at her house. And while she was here, I took her shopping at Vallarta Supermarkets. And the reason I took her shopping at Vallarta Supermarkets is she wanted to bring back some, you know, Latin American, Mexican, Central American snacks and foods and stuff to enjoy with the girls for Day of the Dead, because she was there with them for the second Day of the Dead, and she has an offerenda set up. So while we were there, I'm looking around, I'm going like, that looks cool, that looks cool, that looks cool. So I bought a bunch of stuff specifically for this live stream. So it's kind of like the week after Day of the Dead live stream, but I'm calling it the Vallarta Supermarket Shopping Bag live stream. Basically stuff that I got at Vallarta Supermarkets. Vallarta Supermarkets is a very, very large supermarket chain. It's not a big chain. I mean, they have over 50 locations, but they run from Southern California, and I think the farthest north is like, you know, Central California, like Stockton area, something like those lines. It was founded in 1985 by Mexican immigrant Enrique Gonzalez. And it's just, I mean, that's an amazing place of all different cuts of meat, like all kinds of Mexican and Latin American, you know, cheeses and fresh foods and cooked foods. And I mean, it's just an amazing place. So maybe like we'll do an episode where we actually go into the store with the camera and show you how amazing that place is. But on today's live stream, we're going to enjoy snacks from there. So time to do some housekeeping here, because I didn't introduce anybody. I just basically started talking. So let's see who we got in the room. We got Eli. Hello, Eli. We have Tom, old guy in Colorado. We have Miguel Rangel. We have, who else? Janice Yamanaka, of course. We have Connor MCQ. We have, and they're all saying hi to you, Doodle. They're saying hi to you. So you got to say hi back to them. You going to wave? And a wave, do something like wave. We have Ice Hand 69. We have Andrew Betrix. I found a chocolate bar with mushrooms in it. How trippy is that? That is very trippy. Andrew, if you send me a link where I can see something like that, because that is very, very trippy. Unless you're talking about magic mushrooms. If you're in Oregon, that's legal. So maybe that's what you're talking about. Ice Hand says, Val, I have a question for you. Matt played one of your music vids from back the other day. Did any of your bandmates do music for a living after the band? Yeah, some of them still do, but you know, mostly like, you know, cover bands or tribute bands or things like that. Nothing that you would have heard about. I was in a band for a while with my brother Frank, Matt McKay, and Paul Geary. Now, Paul Geary, you might know as the drummer for Extreme, the first drummer for Extreme. And so I was in a band that. I left the band, and then Gary Sharon joined the band, and that was kind of the start of the whole Dream Extreme thing. And then they got another guitarist, and they got another bass player. But yeah. So and then in a band I was in 1977, just a small garage band. We had Philip Bino playing bass for us, and Philip Bino is now the bass player for Steve Vai. So there's a lot of people that kind of went through bands that are doing bigger things and everything, but not me, unfortunately. And that's kind of it. R.I.P. to the real Mama Coco. She died not too long ago. Oh no, I didn't hear about that. I'll have to check that out. Better than my cheese Danish. The chocolate bar with mushrooms is better than your cheese Danish? Is that what you're asking? Because you're asking Eli. Okay. Let's see. Who else am I missing? Did I catch everybody else? Nope, I did not. I missed Adam Hebb. I missed Doodle is just so needy. Oh, maybe he wants a snack. That's what he usually does. He usually gets all antsy and excited and everything for a snack. Then he grabs a snack and he runs into the other room. He disappears for about 40 minutes or so. Then he comes back in. He kind of hangs around. Then they give him another snack. So Doodle, if I'm going to give you a snack, you got to say hi to everybody. That's close enough. There you go. And off he goes. So there we go. Are there any noticed cover bands? I doubt it, Eli. Our stuff we got some airplay in the Boston area on the radio in the Boston area, but never really outside of the Boston area. So I don't know of any noticed cover bands. We have the copyrights on all the songs because we just did original music. We did a few, one or two covers, but if somebody else is doing that, rather than to get upset and to charge them money because they're doing our songs, I'd be kind of impressed. So there we go. Let's see. As always, 3 fun facts for the stream. 1, blood donors in Sweden receive a text when their blood is used. That's interesting. 2, sunglasses were originally designed for Chinese judges to hide their facial expressions in. The suspense is killing me, Adam. Well, and now they're used by poker players, like in the international poker championships, to hide their poker face in their eyes. There we go. Let's see. Sumo wrestlers make babies cry for good luck. Huh. And I just make them cry by having them looking at my face. I hope I make it back. I'm going to eat both a left and right Twix. Yeah, you don't want that pneumatic tube to like shoot you out over the factory or anything like that, Tom. So, be careful there. All right, so we do have a wide variety of things. I'm looking at some of these really interesting things. I don't know that I've actually had any of these before, and some of them actually look downright scary, and some of them are odd. We have the return of the trivia cards. Well, I mean, the return of pretending to read from the trivia cards because we've already gone through all these. But our trivia questions today are all Latin American trivia questions, travel and food trivia questions. So that, keeping with the theme. Tom, you are doing a live stream at 4 p.m. Pacific, which is 3 hours from now, approximately 3 hours from now. What are you cooking today, Tom? Tell everybody. Everybody wants to know. Our soft drink today is a little bit unusual. I guess I can get to that when I get to that, but just take it from me right now that it just looks really unusual. So we'll see. Today's adult beverage. Well, that's what we're going to start with, Miguel. So I'll let you guys kind of like look at it for a while. Now, I'm going to full disclosure here. So when I advertised the live stream, I said that everything we were doing were things that we bought at Vallarta Supermarket. I lied. I did not buy this at Vallarta Supermarket. Vallarta Supermarket, again, they have a really, really wide variety of stuff. As a matter of fact, I bought so much stuff that I have leftover stuff that I'm going to be able to use next week. That's how much stuff I got. But as far as the beer goes, they have a lot of domestic beers, domestic American beers, and they have a few Mexican beers, but nothing really, nothing unusual, nothing unusual or interesting as far as beers go. Everything else, like really incredible, weird stuff, but beers, not so much. So this beer I got at Total Wine and More. And this is what our adult beverage is going to be. This is what we're going to start with. It sounded interesting and unusual, and I thought it would go with what we were doing. So, I'll let that sit up here. You guys can browse at that for a while until we actually get started. What are we doing? We're 109. Yeah, we'll give it a few more minutes till everybody gets in the room. See how that goes. Let's see. Oh, Tom's making lasagna. I love lasagna. it's really, really difficult when people say, "Oh, try my lasagna. It's really, really amazing." And I go like, I got an Italian American mom who made lasagna from scratch. It's going to be hard. It's hard to beat that. But let me ask you this question. There are 2 questions about lasagna, as long as Tom brought that up. And that does sound good, Tom. 2 questions as long as I brought that up. One question, what's your favorite part of lasagna? Because me, I like the ends that get really crispy. You know, like the ends in the pan, they get really crispy. That's my favorite part of lasagna. I like the crispy ends of the lasagna. And the second question is, have you ever eaten lasagna cold right out of the refrigerator? Like, you know, the next day, just cold right out of the refrigerator. If you have not, you are missing out on something. Now, as far as the logistics go, how's everything? How's the video? How's the sound? The lighting, I think I've improved a little bit. I think last time I had the window open a little bit too much, and there was too much light coming in, and so a lot of stuff was getting kind of washed out. So I kind of closed the blinds a little bit more, but I think it's okay. What do you guys think? Video's all right? Audio's okay? Everything? About to hydrate. Well, I do have water. Let's see. I was gonna like get a small bottle of water, pour this in a glass or something, but I'll just drink this like Matt Zion style as I go, you know, if I need some water. So we'll keep well hydrated or hydrogenated. There we go. Looks and sounds okay. Cool. All right. Video and odd seem okay. Excellent. Perfect. Perfect. So what did you guys, did anybody do anything interesting? Halloween or Day of the Dead? Did anybody even do anything for Day of the Dead? Because I know that, like, you know, so here in Los Angeles, it's a big thing. It's a really big thing. Down at Olvera Street, which is the original village of Los Angeles, where Olvera Street is, they go all out. It's a big celebration down there. A lot of the local cemeteries go all out, and they do big, you know, big events in the cemeteries. Obviously, the big one being Hollywood Forever. But I don't know, like in other cities, if it's even a big deal. Like, especially in the northern cities, you know, Seattle, Portland, Chicago, Pittsburgh, Boston, you know, New York. I don't know if it's a big thing there or not. I don't know if people even do it. I mean, you know, obviously you have Central Americans up there, as it is, after all, Central American. I want to say a holiday. It's kind of a celebration, but not really a holiday. But you do have a lot of Central Americans, you know, in the north. I just don't know that it's a big thing. I don't know that they go to the cemeteries and set up ofrendas and, you know, do a big celebration or not. What do you? How about you guys? Let me know. Is in your areas? Does anybody? Maybe in Texas. I would think in Texas they might do that. Any of the ones that are the border states, New Mexico, Arizona, I would think they would do that. Maybe once you start to get towards like Alabama and Mississippi, maybe not so much, but I would think like, you know, Texas, New Mexico, Arizona, they would do that. I don't know. They used to have a big party in Boulder, Colorado, but they shut it down in the late 80s. Oh, that's odd. It was cold and rainy in our area. We had some rain earlier this week, Connor. Nobody knew what to do because it's Southern California and people just freak out if it rains. They just have no idea what to do. So, you know, that's kind of the way it is. Hey, John King has just entered the room. I was attacked by a demon last night during a ghost hunting adventure in a cemetery. So when you say attacked, what kind of damage does a demon do? Like, do they try to get inside you? Do they, you know, pick you up and throw? How does that work? How does a demon, like, are they physical, or is it like a spirit kind of thing, like where you can feel it happening but you really can't, you know, see it so much? I don't know how that works. I've never experienced that, John. Yeah, it's big down here in San Antonio. I figured it would be, because it is a Central American thing. I believe it started in Mexico. It's a kind of Native American / Spanish, you know, Mexican cultural thing. Let's see. Oh yeah, everybody's talking about the demon. So we're just waiting for John to tell us what that involves, because I don't know what a demon attack is like. The demon tried to take possession of my body. How do you fight that back? How do you fight back against a demon trying to take possession of your body? Because they're trying to get inside you, and I guess they're like spirits or something. So it's not like a physical, they tear you open or anything, you know, because obviously they don't want to take possession of something that's badly broken. I don't know how that works, John. So get holy water. Oh, holy water. Okay. All right. No. I guess I don't know these things. Do you use like a spray bottle with holy water, or do you throw the water at them? Because I would think like a spray bottle would cause a mist. Maybe it's a little easier. I don't know. I'm not well versed in these things. You know, I will have to attend sometime when somebody does that. Not actually been to any paranormal investigations or anything like that. The only story I had about paranormal investigations is the Whaley House in San Diego. It's supposed to be the most haunted house in the United States. I think we just barely covered it. We did a San Diego episode, Old Town San Diego episode, and I think we just barely covered the Whaley House. They don't allow you to film inside, so we didn't go in and film or anything. We just kind of did the outside of the house. Supposed to be the most haunted house in the U.S. And I was talking to the docent, the guide or whatever. She was sitting at the bottom of the stairs, and she said that I don't remember which show it was, one of the cable shows like Ghost Hunters or something, that they were there. And what she was telling me was they were upstairs and they were staging stuff. And while they were upstairs staging stuff, there were actual paranormal things going on downstairs. So it sounds like they missed the boat on that one. But who am I to question reality TV? That's just okay. Did I? I'm seeing John like saying the demon tried to take possession, but saying it again. Oh, but then had to give it back because of recall. Oh, that's Ice Hand. Never mind. That's funny, I suppose. I can see a water blaster. Oh, like a super soaker. Yeah, John, Tom, a super soaker, a demon super soaker. You know, the question is though, like, I guess the thing is, you kind of live for that experience, right? You want to experience that as much as possible, right? So, close to an interaction without getting possessed, right? So, like, how much do you want to experience that? At what point in time do you say, like, okay, that's close enough? So I don't know. Sounds interesting though. Sounds like fun. John, it's too bad you don't have video. I mean, nobody wants to watch you suffer, but you fought off a demon, and that's probably worth a video. Another thing, I'll have to go check to see if there's videos like that on YouTube. I don't know if there are actually videos in that. A demon wet T-shirt contest, Tom. There we go. All righty. We're like 117. Let's see how many people. We got 6 people in the room. 6. Huh. Usually we have more, but it seems like it's kind of tapering off. I mean, we're about I think 5,100 subscribers, and we seem to have an active community here, but it just seems like the attendance seems to be slowing down a little bit. Maybe because I was doing Sundays a couple of times, or whatever. I'm not sure what it is. Anyways, let's get started. So we're going to start with our adult beverage, and again, full disclosure, this is the only thing we're going to do today that is not from Vallarta, because, like I said, because they didn't really have an interesting variety of cervezas, and so that's why we're doing that. I mean, they do have other types of alcohol and everything, but we're not doing hard liquor. I don't even know. We're not doing hard liquor or anything like that. So there it is. There we go. Okay. So first question. What is the common name for the Peruvian delicacy known as cuy? Again, what is the common name for the Peruvian delicacy known as cuy? C-U-Y. So we're going to put this over here in Peru. And we're going to start with our beverage. So this is from HenHouse Brewing Company, Sonoma County, California. Well, specifically Petaluma, California. And HenHouse Brewing Company it's now in Santa Rosa. It was founded in Petaluma, California by Colin McDonald and Shane Gopal in 2011. They've been around that long. I just thought it was really interesting because this is an oyster stout, ale brewed with whole oysters. And I think we had an oyster, like a Japanese oyster stout a while back. I think we did a video just on the oyster stout, and I don't remember. I think it tasted pretty good. But the kind of anticipation is that it's going to have a strong oyster taste, which is like not something that you would expect in a beer. So I don't know. We'll see how much the oyster comes out in the taste. Please tell me there is oysters in that can. No, it does say ale brewed with whole oysters. They brew it with whole oysters, but they don't put the oysters actually in the can. That would be fun, Tom, to actually have the oysters in there. Had I thought about this, I would have got some oysters and done like an oyster shooter with the oyster stout. And maybe you still can do that. Do a shooter with the oyster stout. Then put the beer in there, and then put like a whole oyster in there. Do an oyster shooter. I might do that. But we'll do that as a quickie. We'll put it on like TikTok or something like that. So maybe we will do that. So, all right. So the HenHouse Oyster Stout is, let's see, 4.8% alcohol per volume. It says check the date. I don't know why. Is there an expiration date on brew? Check the date. This beer is most delicious within 150 days of the canning date. Okay. Fresh beer is good, I suppose. I don't see a date on the can. Well, I'm going to assume it is. There we go. Julie is not here to rate my pour. Oh, well. Let's see if a big fat oyster plops into my glass. That's nice and dark. I like stouts. I'll probably like this. But, like I said, it depends on how much of an oyster taste there is. I will tell you ahead of time, I don't think this is going to mix well with our soft drink today. But here we go. It smells almost has like a graham cracker smell, which is like typical of a stout. But I don't smell oysters. There's nothing that smells fishy or oceany. Don't want to drink any spoiled oyster juices. That's true, Tom. Do the oyster shot as a YouTube short. Yeah. So Janice, I'm probably going to do it for both TikTok and Instagram, but I can also put it up as a short, because I also have some other TikToks and Instagrams that I've already put up, and I may take those and actually put them up as shorts on YouTube as well. I like to just kind of like wait a little bit though, because I like to have a variety of, people can go to different places to see different types of input and stuff like that. So I will tell you guys that I have just joined, what is it now? Tribal, Tribel. So I guess a lot of people are getting off Twitter, and I'm not going to get into reasons why or anything. It's just that, people are trying to get off Twitter. And some people say, well, go over to Tribal. Now, I went over to Tribal, and it seems to me that it's a lot friendlier for if you want to be like non-political. You can select groups, you can join groups, and you can join travel groups and food groups and everything. And it seems kind of in the lines of what we're doing. It's kind of the Wild West right now. There's not a lot of people on it, but I've actually posted a few things. You can post pictures and links and stuff like that, sort of like you can do on Twitter. So we are doing that now. So if you want to check it out. There's not a lot there yet. Not a lot on it, but if you go to Tribal, we're there as Trippy Food. So check it out if you get a chance. There you go. I am not chugging, Connor. I am. Two reasons. One, I'm a lightweight, and if I chug this, I'm not going to be able to finish the episode. And two, YouTube frowns on chugging, so won't be able to keep the video on YouTube. But there we go. Val, I had to go to the hospital. The demon me drained. Had me drained from the extreme shock. That sucks. Wow. And how do they treat that at the hospital? I mean, what do? They just kind of like give you fluids and just keep an eye on you for a while? That sucks. All right, cheers. This is to you, John. Congratulations for surviving a demon attack. It's an odd taste. It's almost like a metallic taste. It's kind of weird. It's like just a hint of oyster. Maybe like oyster shell. It was almost like a taste of oyster shell. Well, I hope when they say whole oysters, they don't mean with the shell. It almost has that, what do you call that? like what the shells are made of. Calcium, like that calcium kind of taste to it. And it has a typical stout taste. It's a 4.6, but it almost tastes like it has a little bit higher alcohol content than 4.6. It's not off-putting at all. So it's not at all like really, really strong, like oceany, low tide kind of oyster, mollusk kind of taste to it or smell. So I don't know. It's a really interesting taste. So I'm just going to thumbs up. It's a nice beer. It tastes stronger than it is. It's not like heavy-handed with the oyster and everything. Yeah, it's going to get a thumbs up for me. All right, let's go back to our trivia question, our trivia card, trivia question. The question was, what is the common name for the Peruvian delicacy known as cuy? And the guesses were, let's see. Looks like Gil Rangel says Dewey. Tom says Quaddy. Janice Yamanaka says guinea pig. Let's see, are there guesses? I don't see any other guesses. It is, in fact, yes, guinea pig. Guinea pig, it is a delicacy in Peru. If you go to Peru and you tell them that you have a pet guinea pig, they will ask you, why do you have food as a pet? We have, let's see, how many did we do? I think we maybe only did one. We did an episode where we had guinea pig prepared at a Peruvian restaurant in Somerville, Massachusetts called Machu Picchu. Let's see if I can find where that was. I should just look for cuy. Yes, cuy at Machu Picchu in Somerville, Massachusetts. That episode aired on February 20th, 2020. So it's out there. If you guys are curious as to what guinea pig is, the edible story behind guinea pig, there it is. Janice, if you get a chance, could you go out and find that? Again, it's February what? February 20th, 2020. If you can find that and put the link up there so people can find that, or you can go and look for that either way. So let's put the card back in the deck. And let's get into our first snack. I'm going to start with the sweet stuff and get into the weird stuff. So our question is, let's see if I can pronounce this right. Tlachihuatapetla. Tlachihuatapetla is in Cholula, Pueblo, Mexico, is the largest of its kind in the Americas. What is it? What is Tlachihuatapetla? It's in Cholula, Pueblo, Mexico, and is the largest of its kind in the Americas. So we're going to put that over here in the tourist area. We're going to get into our first snack. So let's see. Let's do this one first. This one looks really interesting. So this is what is this? It's called a quesadilla, but it's not like the quesadilla It's called a quesadilla Salvadoreña, which is a Salvadoran pan dulce or a cheese pound cake. The cheese is a hard white cheese. It's typically made with rice flour. They call it queso duro blanco, which is the cheese, and it's topped with sesame seeds. Typically baked on Sundays, and it's eaten with for breakfast, usually served with coffee. So again, this was available at Vallarta because they do Central and Latin American foods, and this is from San Salvador. Actually, it is not from San Salvador. It was made in Los Angeles. It was made by let's see if I can pronounce this right, La Usuluteca Bakery in Los Angeles. It's got a plate here. Did Joshua Maxwell sneak into the room? He did. Don't miss the word of the week. Okay, Joshua. Let me deal with this at hand. These actually come in different sizes too. This is kind of like a personal size, but they also make a bigger one. It's about that big. It smells really interesting. Let's see. It's got a knife here somewhere. And just cut an edge off that. Let's do that. Let's cut an edge off the edge. By the way, the interesting collection of stuff we have here today, I don't know how this is going to work together. I'm a little bit nervous, if you ask me. It smells like cheese. It really smells like cheese. Joshua, today's word is tantric. Tantric, that's today's word. It's called like cheesecake. It doesn't taste like cheesecake. It's a really unique flavor. Hard to describe. It's a dry cake. And you definitely taste the cheese. Really hard to compare it to anything else. A lot of moisture to it. I said it's dry, but it's meaning it's not like a cheesecake. It's not as dense as a cheesecake. But there is some moisture to it. It's crumbly. It's sweet, but it's not overly sweet. And it definitely has a strong taste of cheese. That's really interesting and unique. And that's going to get a big thumbs up for me. Yeah, I'm liking that. Alrighty. So let's go back to our card. And our question was, Tlachihuatapetla in Cholula, Pueblo, Mexico is the largest of its kind in America. What is it? Let's see. The guesses were Ice Hand says burial mound. Miguel Rangel says the Great Mexican Kumquat. Miguel, unfortunately, when you use the word kumquat, it's incorrect. Tom is authorized to use the word kumquat as an answer to the question. Thank you, Janice. Janice put up the link for the Cooey episode if you guys are interested. I'm going to go with Joshua Marshall and Miguel Rangel and say kumquat. Well, I think, Tom, I think Joshua Maxwell and Miguel Rangel are going with you in saying kumquat. So that's my guess. Janice Yamanaka says it's the largest pyramid, and Janice Yamanaka is correct. It is the largest pyramid in the New World or in the Americas, the largest pyramid. And again, it is in Cholula, Pueblo, Mexico, largest pyramid in North or South America. So there we go. There was something I was going to address. So Ice Hand, you're not totally wrong when you say burial mound. That's not totally wrong, but interesting. All right, let's go with another question. Let's see if I can pronounce this right. What fruit gets its name from the Nahuatl word for testicle? Again, what fruit gets its name from the Nahuatl word for testicle? That goes over there, and we've said that before. So let's see. Let's do these next. These are buñuelos estilo. Buñuelos estilo casero, which means home-style buñuelos. Now, buñuelos are typically like fried dough balls, and this is like a Mexican-style fried. Basically, what they do is they use tortillas, and they deep fry the tortillas, and they put like powdered sugar and cinnamon on them. But that's a Mexican thing. Typically, when you get buñuelos, they're kind of bread-like, and they're round balls. And this is not, obviously, but this is the Mexican-style one. As you can see, it's just whoa, there it goes all over the place. I hope Doodle doesn't eat too much of that. I got Doodle hair all over me. All right, well, we'll clean that up afterwards. At least we know it's fragile, and to be careful. Well, I'm going to kind of put that down there, and let's break us off a piece of that. There we go. These are made in-house by Vallarta. All right. So they taste, and this isn't going to come as any surprise, It tastes like a cross between a crispy tortilla and a churro, somewhere in between there. It's really nice. There's a lot of sugar on there, but it's not offensive. Just the right amount of cinnamon. It's a nice snack. I don't think I could eat too much of that. It's really just, it's really basic. No, it's a thumbs up. There's that kind of greasy film on your tongue, that aftertaste. But they are deep fried. But that's pretty good. So again, it's kind of like a Mexican style buñuelos. Again, typically a buñuelo is going to be like a bread ball that's deep fried, like a zapoli. That's typically what a buñuelo is like. This is a lot different. It's really good. Thumbs up. So there we go. Let's go back to our question. Our question was, what fruit gets its name from the Nahuatl word for testicle? And the guesses were use the quat, Luke. Kumquat. What else can you say, Tom? Janice Yamanaka says avocado. Miguel Rangel says pelotas. And those look like the only guesses. And it is, in fact, avocado, or aguacate, as the Spanish call it. Aguacate. And I know that that's the word for aguacate is the word for avocado, because when Claudia and I were in Medellin, Colombia, at 7 a.m., we didn't have to set our alarm clock. If we wanted to get up at 7 a.m., all we had to do was leave the window open. And then when the guy came by with his cart full of avocados yelling, aguacate, 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 we knew it was 7 o'clock and time to get up. So, and the avocados they have down there, not like our little Hass avocados. They're these big, huge, creamy, delicious avocados. So I don't know why the Hass is more popular than that, but it is. That's where we go. I'll be having some mushroom Swiss burgers with bacon and caramelized onions for dinner. That sounds delicious, Eli. Val, guess what I'm drinking? I'm going to say you're going basic today, and you're going to drink a Coors Light. That's my guess. You're drinking a Coors Light. Aguacatl in Nahuatl. Yes, Eli. Correct. So the aguacate comes from the aguacatl, which is the Nahuatl word. A lot of lottles there. Like axolotl, which is a big salamander, but a Central American salamander. Val, I am drinking Coors Banquet. I missed that one. But, I can't get them all right. All right, so let's see. Beverage snack. Let's see. Do I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 snacks? Do I have 9? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, I have 8. All right, so we did 2 snacks, 2 more snacks. Then we'll go into our soft drink. Let's do these next, as long as we're on the sweet stuff. The company is Marinela, which is part of Bimbo. And if you've seen the trucks or the bread or the baked goods in your store, it looks like Bimbo. It is not Bimbo, it's Bimbo, which is kind of like a cute name, sort of like Bambi in Spanish. So it has no relation to like the English or the American use of the word bimbo. Has no use there. Marinela is a company owned by Bimbo, and these are polvorones, shortbread orange cookies, artificially flavored. That's disappointing. I guess if they are artificially flavored, but supposed to taste like orange, they're probably just using some sort of citric acid to make it taste like that. I think, maybe. Let's see. Yes, Bimbo Bakeries are in Horsham, Pennsylvania. So these are made in the United States. They were founded in 1998 in Fort Worth, Texas. 1 second, I just got junk. All right, let's go ahead and open this up. Let's look at, see if we can find the ingredients and find out how fake this is. Ingredients: wheat flour, sugar, vegetable shortening, water, leavening, baking soda, salt. Then we're running off the package here. Natural and artificial flavor. All right, there we go. Niacin, folic acid, reduced iron. Contains wheat, soy, made in a bakery that also may use milk, egg, peanuts, tree nuts. All right. Whatever. Oh, I gave Joshua the word of the week. I said it was tantric. Did we miss that? I guess Val has no word for it. Joshua, did you miss it? I said it earlier. I would do rewind, but I can't rewind it yet. So the word was tantric. I mentioned that earlier. I think. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. It's like I think I remember the words coming out of my mouth, but I could be wrong. I didn't ask a question, did I? No, I didn't. I did not answer the question. So let's ask another question before we dig into these cookies. And the question is, what is the most visited country in Central America? Again, the question, what is the most visited country in Central America? All right, now let's open this up. What is your cheap food guilty pleasure? For me, frozen burritos with hot sauce. I'm not scared of a gas station. Yeah, hot dogs, easily hot dogs. Although you can ruin hot dogs. Now, I will mention that Tom and I, what was the one we did with the hot dogs, Tom, where we used the Bar S hot dogs? And in the dish that we made, I'm trying to remember, what was it we made, Tom? Do you remember? So we used the, said in my best Ed McMahon voice, "You are correct, sir." Tom, we did something with the hot dogs. What was it? Can't remember. And we wanted to use the most basic of ingredients. Oh no, it was the hot dog with the ravioli, what do they call the weenioli? I think it was called weenioli. Yes, weeniolis. Thank you, Tom. It was the weeniolis, and in that, so it was a hot dog bun with American cheese slices on it, with and it wasn't even Kraft slices. It was Kroger slices with a Bar S hot dog and the Chef Boyardee ravioli, the mini raviolis. It wasn't bad, but Tom, I will tell you that even grilled afterwards, one of those Bar S hot dogs, they tasted like they're 50% water. I mean, there was like hardly any flavor at all. Really high moisture content in the hot dog itself. Not pleasant, not good. So for the dish we made, it was fine. But when I tried to just do a hot dog by itself and everything, it was not good. So if you're going to do a dish that includes hot dogs in it, Bar S is fine for that. If you just want a hot dog on its own, I'd stay away from Bar S. It's cheaper. Get it at the dollar store. Since you are off the Bar S boat and the only one still left in, they're not that bad boat. It's not that they're bad. They're bland. They're bland as hell. Like again, it's like it's a lot of water content, and so it's like not much flavor in it at all. It's not like it's horrible. It's not like it's a nasty taste or anything. It's just it seemed like it had a lot of water content and not a lot of flavor. So that's my thing. Now I will tell you that Matt Zine and I did the Bar S, not corn dogs, but it was something like a corn dog. I think it used pancake batter instead of corn dog and everything, and they were really good. And Bar S was the company, but just a Bar S hot dog by itself as a hot dog, it didn't work so well. So just not great. I did ask the question. All right, but I put the card back. I don't know what I was thinking. I like cheese too, Joshua. What is your favorite cheese? And not just Joshua, everybody. What is your favorite? Just put it in there. What is your favorite cheese? Mine is Jack in the Box tacos. Janice, I've had bad experiences with Jack in the Box tacos. I will tell you the story someday about Jack in the Box tacos. Maybe it was a bad Jack in the Box. I don't know, but we'll see. Best hot dogs I've ever had came from a butcher shop in upstate New York. I bet. But like even the dirty water hot dogs on the streets in New York City. Well, these definitely taste like shortbread. There's a hint of orange. Not a strong orange taste. Asiago cheese is my favorite. Oh, Asiago cheese is good. Miguel likes mozzarella. Busch Stadium, is that a cheese? Oh, the best hot dog. Connor, I assume that you're saying that Busch Stadium has the best hot dogs. Locally, the Dodger dog is not good. I think it has the potential to be good. The Dodger dog is made from Farmer John's, but usually it's like, I think it's been sitting on the grill forever and it's a shriveled up mess. It's just not good. I have had the hot dog at Angel Stadium, and actually it's pretty good. And the Fenway Frank at Fenway Park, that's pretty good too. But the Dodger dog, not so much. I don't know why people make a big deal of it. It's not that good. I mean, it's good when you first get it. Munster, I love Munster. Munster's good. I like Limburger. I don't know if there's a cheese I don't like. I mean, for the right application, I even like Velveeta and Cheese Whiz. There's just times when it's just what's called for. Or American slices on a cheeseburger. The way they melt, American slices melt on a cheeseburger. They're very, you can go fancy with the fancier cheese. It's not like it's going to taste bad or anything, but just sometimes American cheese is just what's called for on a cheeseburger. Remember those late nights with the packed car in the drive-thru, ordering $40 worth of tacos back when they were $2 for $1. $40 for two. That's what. My math skills aren't great. I'm saying it's 20 tacos for you or for a car full of people. Oh, a packed car. Okay. No, that's 20 tacos. That's probably okay. Wensleydale cheese. Not sure I had that, Janice. I'm going to have to check that out. I hear Family Franks are horrible. No, actually, they're actually pretty good, Friar Tuck. And welcome to the room, Friar Tuck. I didn't want to ignore the fact that you would enter the room. Welcome. Pepper Jack is good on a burger. Yes, it is. There is, and I don't know, I can't remember what the brand name is. When Tom and I made his burger ring, I use this cheese. It's a scorpion pepper cheese, and it's really good. I think it's a scorpion pepper Gouda or Howda, I think is the proper way to say that. It's a scorpion pepper Gouda. I'm going to say Gouda. That's what everybody says. Really, really good, really hot. What I remember distinctly about it is I had cut the slice to fit around the ring, and it was sitting on the table, and Doodle jumped up because they had the bench there. Doodle jumped up on the bench and he grabbed a piece of it and he like ran off to eat his cheese. So he eats his cheese and then he spent the next 15, 20 minutes licking his mouth, I guess trying to get the flames off of his mouth and everything. So he probably won't do that again, but that's just me. I like Mexican ranchero cheese. It is good. Yes, Eli. For the right application. There's something you wouldn't want to put that on crackers, right? But for the right application, yeah, it's absolutely. I think that's the basic thing is like, it's what you're eating that cheese with. Now, if you're eating a cheese by itself, I don't know, like brie. Brie is really good. I like brie. And this is going to sound crazy. I like brie on a hot dog with that seaweed salad. That green seaweed salad. Brie, hot dog, seaweed salad. Yeah, really good. So again, the right application, I think. Some cheeses that people turn their nose up at are really good. We did Limburger cheese. I mean, I don't mind the smell. I recognize that it smells bad, and I think I'm that way with a lot of the smelly foods. So like durian, stinky tofu, natto. I can agree that they don't smell pleasant, but not to the point where it prevents me from eating it. Not from the point where that smell ruins the taste for me. And so I'm able to eat those and enjoy the taste of them, and get past the smell. A lot of people can't, and unfortunately, if you can't, you can't. These polvorones, I'm going to give them a thumbs. I'm going to give them a thumbs in the middle. From the shortbread standpoint, they're okay. They're run-of-the-mill shortbread. It's nothing outstanding. It's not like Walkers or anything like that. No, run-of-the-mill from a shortbread standpoint. From the orange taste, though, a little bit, they could have done better with the orange taste. Orange wrapper. It says shortbread orange cookies, but not really strong on the orange flavor and everything. I think they could have done a little bit better. So for me, that's just going to get the in the middle. All right, let's go back to our question. And our question was, Oh no, I already have a card there. What is the most visited country in South America? And the guesses were, let's see. Miguel Rangel said Mexico. Janice Yamanaka said Costa Rica. Joshua Maxwell agreed with Janice and said Costa Rica. And maybe the only ones. Did I miss any? Did I don't think I missed any. I don't think I missed any. Please forgive me if I did. The correct answer is, in fact, Costa Rica, the most visited country in Central America. So let's put that back in the deck. See if I missed anything here. Wensleydale cheese is from an animated called Wall. Oh, so it's not a real cheese. It's just I know Wallace and Gromit. That's the wrong pants. The one with the evil penguin. The evil penguin that pretends to be a rooster. So I love Wallace. And I think Wallace, the guy who does Wallace and Gromit, which is claymation, if I'm not mistaken, the guy who does Wallace and Gromit also did Chicken Run, the movie Chicken Run. So same person who did Wallace and Gromit. Wallace and Gromit is very, it's very dry. It's very, it's British humor and everything. But I like Wallace and Gromit. So it's not real then, Janice. That's too bad. Maybe I should make it. Pecorino Romano. Pecorino Romano is good, but again, in the right application. That is not a cheese that I would eat by itself. I would not put Pecorino Romano on a cracker. It's very sharp. It is a very, very sharp cheese. So like to grate that on pasta, it's perfect. It's excellent, wonderful. But just to eat it by itself, it's very, very sharp tasting. And so you can, if you want to, put it on a cracker or something, but you're not going to be able to eat a lot of it like that. So mostly it's nice because it gives this kind of bite, this kind of edge to, like pasta and everything. That's what a Pecorino Romano is good for. Pecorino Romano, I believe, is what they use as the basis for the casu marzu, which is the maggot cheese. Friar Tuck says Mexico or Brazil. Maybe answering that question, the most visited country in Central America, which you said was Costa Rica, Mexico or Brazil. Maybe Friar Tuck, were you answering that question? Queso fundido with Mexican chorizo is amazing. You can add some smoked marlin if you can add some smoked marlin if you can find smoked marlin. Where did it? Oh, I was out with Julie. We were in some sort of supermarket, and we actually saw marlin, which is like really unusual thing to find in the supermarket. Maybe it was Hawaii. It was Hawaii Supermarket in San Gabriel, California. We actually saw marlin, which is a really weird thing to find in the supermarket. So there we go. I will have to try that, Eli. Thank you. It's a real cheese. The dairy that makes it was saved by Wallace and Gromit, making it famous. Oh, that's even better or cooler. So I don't know if it's hard to find. I will have to go look for it though. I snack on it with olives and crackers. Yeah, that will work. Putting some olives in there. Yeah, I can see where that would work. But how much of it do you eat, Tom? I can see like maybe eating 3 or 4 slices of that, and after a while, it just does a job on your mouth. It's fish and cheese doesn't sound appetizing. It depends on the cheese, I think. What would be a good cheese that would go with fish? Well, because we were talking about marlin, right? I don't know. Like, if you were going to do like a fish and tomato sauce one and with some mozzarella, I think that would be fine because it's not, the thing is fish has a really strong taste, and so you can't put another strong taste with that, or you typically can't put another strong taste with that, I think. Andrew Smith is from the UK. Wensleydale cheese is real and very nice. And have you tried Stinking Bishop? I have not. I assume it's a strong smelling cheese, Andrew. I will have to try that. It's probably one of those things though. If it's from the UK, you probably can't get it in the US because they don't want to import that. But I will definitely check that out. Stinking Bishop. Huh. Is it called Bishop because of its shape? Maybe. That's a question. No, Friar Tuck, it's not that you are wrong. It's just that maybe you just haven't had the right fish and cheese combination together, And it's gonna depend on the dish. If you're taking maybe a grilled piece of fish and you're putting a cheese on it, You know, like if you have a filet of fish sandwich with cheese on it, that's probably tastes okay. You know, like a you know, American or cheddar cheese on the filet of fish sandwich, probably be okay. Probably taste fine. So I think the big thing is going to be what fish you use and what cheese you use on it, and you know how it's prepared. I think that's going to make all the difference for our truck. It sounds like to me a good homework assignment for you, and you can experiment a little bit. And then the next time you're on, just tell us what you did and say, hey, I tried this and it was terrible, or I tried this and it worked great and it was delicious. So there we go. But welcome to the room, Andrew Smith. Smoked marlin quesadillas are really popular in Baja. Baja. Speaking of foods that have a strong smell, Janice provided me with a link to get jacaro. Now, if you're not familiar with jacaro, it is, I want to say, Swedish. I think it's Swedish or Finnish. I can't remember, but it is fermented Greenland shark. It's a very, very strong smell. It's been on my bucket list for some time, but Janice gave me a link to this company. No, Iceland. I'm sorry, Iceland. It's from Iceland. And Janice gave me this link to this company that actually ships it. So I have some jacaro, which is this fermented Greenland shark. And it's supposed to have a really strong smell as well. And somebody, and look, please let me know if you're in the chat. You know, please let me know if it was you. Somebody here suggested that we make fish tacos with the jacaro, and we're going to do that. But I just want to make sure that I credit the right person. So if it was one of you guys, let me know. And I say guys figuratively, of course. Let me know, and I want to make sure that you suggested the tacos. Okay, Eli, it was you. All right, I want to just make sure that I credit you when I make those. So it should be interesting. All right, did I get everybody? Are we caught up? We are caught up. All right. So let's see. We did snack, beer, snack. And time for one more snack, and then we'll get into our soft drink. So the question is, what animal native to Central and South America and the Caribbean is an invasive species in Florida? Again, what animal native to Central and South America and the Caribbean is an invasive species in Florida? And I know you're saying, Val, that's not a travel or a food question. Well, it's actually both. So again, what animal native to Central and South America and the Caribbean is an invasive species in Florida? Let's put that over here. And let's get to our next snack. Let's see. No, we have not done all our sweet stuff. So that will be the end of the sweet stuff, and then we're going to start getting into uncharted territory. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So these they're called Pumitas, but they're called Pumitas because the company is called El Puma. El Puma is a mountain lion, or puma, you know, you just call it Puma. Cougar. They're all the same animal, I think. All of these are individually wrapped, so that will prevent waste. These are technically, these are from Colombia. El Puma, let's see. Technically, it's called bocadillos con guayaba con galleta, which is guava biscuit sandwiches, loosely translated. Productos El Puma was founded in Vélez, Santander, when Santander is a department, or it's like a state in Colombia, Santander. So it was in Vélez, Santander, Colombia. It was founded in 1979. Now, these typically have guava paste in it. Bocadillos, sometimes they, instead of this one has like a wafer. They're calling it waffle, but it's really what it is a wafer. And some of them don't have a wafer on them. Some of them, just the regular bocadillos, have like I'm trying to remember what it's called. It's caramel with milk added. I'm trying to remember the Colombian word for it, but it's like a caramel, like a milk caramel on the outside of it. So it's a guava paste on the inside. Again, this one is a wafer. It's just like the wafer cookies, you know, that you get. They're calling it waffle, wafer. I don't know. It has waff at the beginning of it. Let's go ahead and give this a shot. Now, the guava paste in here is a little bit lighter And what I mean by lighter is on some of the bocadillos, they have this kind of like the crystally sugar texture to it, and this one is a little bit smoother. The wafer is a little bit, I'm going to say damp. So you usually get those wafer cookies. They're kind of crispy and they crumble all over the place because they're dry. This one's not so dry. It's just a sugar wafer. Tom. Now, again, the regular bocadillos I've had before, I might mistakenly think that they're sweeter because they have that canela. That's what it was, the canela, which is the milk caramel on the outside of it. That may contribute to that sweet taste. These are less sweet. The wafer cookie doesn't really add a lot of sweetness to it. I'm going to give it a thumbs up, trending downward a little bit. I just wish the wafer cookie on there was a little bit crunchier, a little crispier. It just seems kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Just damp, maybe. I just wish it had a little bit more crispness to it. Flavor-wise, it's really good though. I do like that it's not as sugary as the other one. So yeah, thumbs up, trending downward. There we go. I'm a big fan of sweets, but that's really good. A lot of guava flavor in the guava paste. So let's revisit our question. Our question was, what animal native to Central and South America and the Caribbean is an invasive species in Florida? And the answers were, or the guesses were, let's see. Oh, did I forget somebody? Did I miss anybody? Please speak up if you came into the room and I missed you, because I'm seeing Tom saying, hi, Andrew Betrix. Betrix, is that right? I'm saying that right? And I don't see you in there, so I may have missed you, and I apologize for that. Miguel Rangel said iguanas. Andrew Smith said crayfish. I don't blame you, Tom. Janice Yamanaka said python and capybaras. Tom said snaquat or cum kitty. Same thing. All right. I think that was it. Those are the only guesses. Miguel Rangel is correct. They are iguanas. Andrew Smith, crayfish are native to North America. I don't know if they're native to South America or not, but they're native to North America. So you can find in any freshwater stream. Like when we were kids in Massachusetts, we used to catch them in ponds and stuff. So they're all over the United States. They're really popular in Louisiana. Mud bugs, they call them, to eat. When we were kids in Massachusetts, we would catch them in the pond, but it would never occur to us that you could eat them until my first visit to New Orleans, in which case, eat away, right? So yeah, would not be crayfish. Good guess though. Janice, python and capybara. Python is definitely an invasive species, especially in the Everglades in Florida, where it's causing a major problem. But not necessarily native to Central and South America and the Caribbean. A lot of those pythons are like from Asia. Basically, when somebody has a pet python, it grows too big, they let it go. The problem is they have no natural enemies in the Everglades. They're eating alligators. They're eating alligators. So there's pythons, anacondas, boa constrictors, all kinds of snakes that don't belong there, that have no natural enemies and are just like wreaking havoc on there. And capybaras are really not an invasive species yet. Along those lines, though, capybara is the world's largest rodent. Along those lines, nutria is an invasive species. They started being an invasive species in Louisiana, and now they spread out. They're all over the place. They were originally brought there for fur, to be raised for fur. But hurricanes, floods, everything, they get out and they wreak havoc on the environment. So nutria is an invasive species, but not so much in Florida. The correct answer is, in fact, iguanas. Iguanas are not native to Florida. They're invasive species. They are a damaging invasive species. The government of Florida. The government of Florida would prefer that you kill them and eat them. They require that you kill them humanely. Here's the trick. You just wait for a day that gets under 70 degrees. The thing about iguanas is they kind of go to sleep when the temperature drops below 70 degrees. And they're tree climbers. So what happens is when the temperature in Florida goes down below 70 degrees, these things start falling out of the trees. That's the best time to catch them and dispatch them very quickly and as painlessly as you can, and eat them. But the reason that people encourage you to eat them is that they're invasive species. There's not a lot of risk with eating them as there is with eating predatory animals, or even like pythons, because pythons are carnivores. Iguanas are not carnivores. Iguanas are herbivores. They can only eat plant material. Their bodies can't tolerate the protein in animal meat, so they are only herbivores. And so Florida says, they're invasive species, want to get rid of them, but they are literally all over the place. I mean, I've been to, I would say certainly in the Miami area, they're just all over the place. You just see them like running across even in the Florida Keys. They're in the Florida Keys. Went to Deer Key, as I drove down from Rockledge, which is near Cocoa Beach on the northeast side of Florida, drove all the way down to Key West through the Florida Keys. And there's one of the Florida Keys, which is the little islands, is called Deer Key. And it's called Deer Key because there's a very small species of deer that only lives there. It's endangered. And so the signs on the road say, watch out for these deer, if they're crossing the road. Well, they don't tell you to watch out for the giant 3-foot iguanas that are crossing the road, And these things, I think, are like 5 feet in length. Giant iguanas running across the road. They don't tell you to watch for that, but you got to watch for that anyways. So the correct answer is iguana. Other ones are probably invasive species and in other places, but in Florida and Puerto Rico, they've become a big problem. Let's see. Are you talking about pastelitos? Now, Janice, I apologize because we went way off, and now I'm seeing you asking about pastelitos. So refresh my memory, Janice. When you say, are you talking about pastelitos, what was I talking about? Are you talking about the, what did I do with them? These? The pastelitos? No. I mean, if this is what you were talking about. No, they're called bocadillos. So the ones with the milk caramel, which canela, they're still called bocadillos. So if that's what you were talking about, if not, correct me. Let me know. Footy cream cheese. Yee. Have you ever tried prawns? Yeah, I don't think I've had a crustacean that I didn't like. With the exception of, I have not tried, what do they call them? Sea lice? Sand lice? They're these little tiny crustaceans that are about that big. You see them burrow in the sand when the tide comes in and everything. You can apparently eat those, but I have not yet. And roly-polies, which some people call them pill bugs or wood lice. They're actually crustaceans. They're land-dwelling crustaceans. You can also eat those, and I have not yet, but I will try that. Did you know that capybaras, beavers, and muskrats are considered fish during Lent in the Catholic Church? And the sole reason why is because the 16th century, it was a popular dish, and the church was trick. Yeah, I did not know that. But, like if the church says beef, pork, and maybe even goat are meats, capybaras, beavers, and muskrats are like, anybody's guess. But fish, that's weird. They call them fish. Maybe because they're aquatic. I don't know. I would probably put nutria in that category as well. There was a Richard Burton movie, Night of the Iguana. Well, it sounds like he ate well, Tom. Into making them fish for Lent because they have never seen them at the time. Yeah, so whatever passes. Although I would say that I've had beaver meat, I've had muskrat, I've had capybara. Capybara is a white meat. It is a lot like pork tenderloin. Beavers and muskrat are dark meat. Muskrat is red. Muskrat is a red meat. And then when I say red meat, I don't mean like beef. I mean like a red meat. It's a very red meat. It looks nothing like fish. I don't know how they get fish from that. So Just a weird thing. Maybe just don't worry about what the church says and eat what you want. But when the church is in charge, you have to be careful because you don't want to be put to death or anything like that. So based on olden times, anyways. So there we go. Really didn't have anything to do with Guana, but it was in the title of the movie, so there's that. There is that. Hey, Grub Warp has just entered the room. Welcome, Grub Warp. Welcome back. Good to see you again. Isopods, yes, Eli. The roly-polies. I think they also roly-polies, pill bugs, wood lice, and I think they're also called isopods. They're actually they're supposed to be tasty. I don't know. Never had them. That'll have to go on my bucket list. All right. So that was snack. And it is time now for our soft drink. Now, here's why I told you earlier that this was weird, right? And I'll show you why this is weird. So this is our soft drink. The company is called Besitos. Besito means little kisses, little kisses. And this is mango con chile, mango with chili, with spicy natural soda. Now, look at this. Look at this. I don't know how well you can see this, but that mango is like pulp at the bottom. So it's clearer at the top, and then at the bottom you have all that kind of mango silt at the bottom. So this kind of separates. It's just really weird. It's a soda, so it's carbonated. I don't want to shake it up to blend it, but I want to be able to, to at least. I'll just kind of put it on a little kind of lava lamp it here. So let's see. Where did we get there? Oh, I got like food all over the place here. I got exploding food. Besitos is from Besitos Beverage Company. They're from Beverly Hills, California. They were founded in 2021 by the Spanish gentleman Dmitry Bechkov. Yeah, I know. I'm thinking the same thing. But again, I did pick this up at Vallarta. It's called Besitos, which is a Spanish name. Con Chile. It's all Spanish. Made in Beverly Hills by a Russian guy. Oh, Eastern European. I don't know that he's Russian. Medio picante means medium hot. It says spicy, natural, fresh fruit. I can see that because I think most soda companies would have this so that it's all blended together, and this nut doesn't blend really well. Contains 10% juice. Yeah, you can see it. You can see the juice. Well, it's actually mango puree. Ingredients: water, mango puree, cane sugar, natural flavors, citric acid. Citric acid again. I don't know. Oh, okay. Hang on a second. Hang on. Cane sugar and stevia. Why? Why? You have cane sugar and stevia. Just leave the cane sugar in there. Don't add the stevia in there. Hate stevia. It's nasty. Cayenne pepper and caffeine. That's interesting that they have caffeine in it. Who would have thought that a mango chili soda would also have caffeine in it? But they do put it in there. Look at that. Look at that stuff going on in there. Can you guys see that? You can't probably. Hang on a second. Let's try this so that you can see that. Because I want you to see that. Where's my flashlight? I can't find my flashlight, Captain. I have a new phone. It's an iPhone 12, and it's hard to find the flashlight on it. That's unfortunate. This. I was going to put the light behind it. That doesn't help. All right. It is what it is. Okay, let's read a card. And the question is, what dish was invented by Ignacio Anaya in 1941 for customers at the Victory Club restaurant in Piedras Negras, Coahuila? Coahuila, I think I was saying that right. What dish was invented by Ignacio Anaya in 1941 for customers at the Victory Club restaurant in Piedras Negras, Coahuila? Let's put that over there on the bar. Let's get to this. So somebody made a suggestion and I missed that. Hang on one second. Let's see. Muskrat Love. I remember Muskrat Love. Have you eaten a muskrat, Tom? I had muskrat. It was really good. I thought it was really good. There are some gnarly, huge, alien-looking sea isopods they eat in Japan. I'm an adventurous eater, but that would be pushing my limits. I don't know that I have limits when it comes to things to eat, Eli. Don't forget to open it upside down. That would help, I think. I think if I turn it upside down, let's see. Turn it upside down as long as you don't shake it, but if you tap on the side of the bottle, the carbonation will relax. I trust you, Tom. See if that helps. I just kind of wanted to, let's see, maybe if I put that closer, you can see that. See what's going on in there? Kind of like lava lamp. I don't know. We're just going to have to wing it, I think. All right, there we go. I brought Richard. He bit me last week. I brought Richard Simmons back. I want to keep the bottle cap, even though it's a plain red bottle cap. See if I turned it too much. It's bubbling up there. Ooh, now there's little pieces of junk floating around in there. This is going to be interesting. I was thinking the same thing, Eli, but we didn't get there. We did not get there. So there we go. All right, here we go. Oh, that's ugly. It's colorful as hell. Spicy bubbles went up my nose. I'm trying to smell it, and it's like the cayenne pepper is in the bubbles. So as the bubbles release it, the cayenne pepper went up my nose. It's just like, Smells like mango. I gotta stop doing that. I'm getting cayenne pepper up my nose. Woo! Val, you would be rich in the Fallout games universe since they use bottle caps for money. I would. So I don't know if you can see that from here. So right behind the P in Trippy Food is my the skull jar from the Bone Rattler hot sauce. You know, it's about that big. It is full of bottle caps. I ran out of room, so like there's bottle caps all over that top shelf. I got to get another skull jar or something to be able to put that. When we went to Day of the Dead, I don't know if you can see it in the video. Julie got this agua fresca, and it came in this little plastic skull-shaped mug glass. I should have got one of those. Put my bottle caps in it. Where is Julie today? I keep smelling this, and I shouldn't, because, like I said, I'm getting the. Wow. Yep. You can definitely taste the cayenne pepper. It's like the cayenne pepper was the cayenne pepper is not infused. It's just floating around in there. It definitely has a kick. It seems like it bubbled up. It seemed like there was a lot of carbonation when I first opened it, but in drinking it, there doesn't seem to be a lot of carbonation in it. Nice mango flavor, though. Fortunately, the there's not too much stevia in there, so it doesn't have that chemical taste. I honestly don't know why they use that. If you're going to use sugar cane, use sugar cane. Don't put both in there. That really goes up my nose for some reason. And like, how is it going up? Maybe like when I'm putting the glass up to my face, it's doing that. Really tickles my innards. That's really good. I wish it was like a little bit more carbonated, but you know, I've never really had a drink like this that was really that spicy, and this one is. This one's really spicy. That's good. I also thought that maybe that pulp floating around would be unpleasant, but you know, there's not a lot of it. It just seems to blend in really well. Let's get it a thumbs up. Again, wish maybe it was a little bit more carbonated for a soda, but other than that, thumbs up. Let's see, what did I miss while I was busy yapping? I'm getting the cayenne pepper in the back of my throat. Let's see. I think legend has it, if Val does not eat or drink something trippy every day, he will lose his trippy powers. That's not legend. That's fact. That is fact. Probably meant to be drank out of the bottle. Maybe because maybe then there's not a separation of the pulp and the liquid and everything. It's good though. I'll still say it's good. It probably tastes different depending on where you're drinking it from. Now, I will say that we finished our adult beverage. We finished our soft. Well, we didn't finish them, but we drank them. Time to do something stupid. Because that's what we do here. We do some. Oh, I'm sorry. We didn't finish. We didn't read the card. The question was, what dish was invented by Ignacio Anaya in 1941 for customers at the Victory Club restaurant in Piedras Negras, Coahuila? And the guesses were, Miguel Rangel said nachos. Tom, old guy in Colorado, said cum spread on wheat rolls. Janice Yamanaka said nachos. It looks like the only guess is it is in fact nachos. Yes, with what Tom said. But it is in fact nachos. Nachos were invented in 1941 by Ignacio Anaya. And we just take it for granted that they've always been around. Or it's an American thing. And it's not an American thing. Alrighty, so that does it with that question. I saw Doodle walking in the room. Doodle, I don't know if you want a snack or not, but it's a little bit early to have your second snack. All right, so we were just doing something stupid. Let us continue doing something stupid. I have a bad feeling about this. To me, I think an oyster stout and a spicy mango soda aren't going to go well together. We'll see. Hey, Val, let's plan a trip to Nepal and sample some mad honey. I'm going to say, okay, not knowing mad honey is, if it's a euphemism for something I don't want to know, I don't know. Is it like angry honey? Do you get stung by bees while you're eating it? What makes it mad? Mad insane or mad angry? Speaking of insane, they call it, yes, you're correct, Eli. The reason they're called nachos in the first place is because nacho is a nickname for Ignacio. So yes, you're absolutely correct, Eli. They were nachos snack. Nachos. That's nacho cheese. Mad honey is known for its psychological effects. Is it honey though? Is it like maybe like the bees pollinate like psychedelic plants or something? I don't know. It is trippy honey. This isn't bad. I think the thing is that the mango and the cayenne have a strong taste that kind of bury the beer. It does come in afterwards, but it's not crazy. Hey, Drew Horse has just entered the room. Welcome, Drew. Glad to see you again. Hallucinogenic honey. I'll try it. It is honey. All right. I just thought maybe it was a euphemism for something else, like honey pot. Honey pot has nothing to do with honey. And you don't want to be eating out of it. But some people do, or they drink out of it. When they make jailhouse hooch in their honey pot. Not good. Not a good thing. This is really weird. Don't get the oyster flavor. Just barely get the beer flavor. The really strong flavors of the mango and the mango and the cayenne. Not what I would call refreshing. And I don't think I would want a whole bottle of this, but it's not bad. I'm going to say thumbs in the middle on that one. And there's no reason to drink these things together, but it's not offensive either. So, yeah, there we go. That's it. That's all I have to say about that. We have seen Chilada Val. Well, Eli, not everybody has seen Chilada Val. Eli, maybe you could do this for me in the meantime. Can you go out and find the video that has Chilada Val? And I don't know if it will let you. We might have something turned on where it might not let you. Maybe I can find that. Janice, I don't know if you can find that, but it was reckless eating when we were in Vegas. I think, but the thing is, we did 3 parts in Vegas, and I'm not sure exactly which one it is. Janice, see if you can find that on reckless eating, the video where I'm doing the pizza review after being drunk on clamato. Let's call the whole thing up. All right, time for another snack. Now we're starting to get into the savory and odd things. Let's see. I'm gonna do this one last, only because I have a really, really bad feeling about it, about what it's gonna taste like. Let's see. These aren't spicy. That's spicy. That's crazy. We'll do the crazy one last. Let's do one of these. Let's try this one. All right. Let's put it back here where you can see it. Let's read a question. And the question is, besides the Arctic and the Southern Oceans, what body of water joins the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans? Again, besides the Arctic and Southern Oceans, what body of water joins the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans? So that one goes over there. Need to head out. I have a lot set up. I'm also going to make some carrot cake cupcakes for dessert. Great stream, Val. Help you. Yes, Tom. Thank you. So for those who, just a friendly reminder, Tom on his live stream today, which starts at 4 p.m. Pacific time, you can convert that to whatever that is yours until tomorrow, which time we change the time, but we're not today. 4 p.m. Pacific time, Tom is going to make lasagna. Now, if you have not checked out a Old Guy in Colorado live stream, they're wonderful because he actually cooks things from scratch. And today he's making lasagna. So that sounds really, really amazing. And it sounds like he's making carrot cake cupcakes for dessert. Should make cannoli for dessert if you're going to make lasagna. But hey, it's always a fun thing. And also remember, if you're not subscribed to Tom's channel, when Tom gets to 1,000 subscribers, he is going to live eat raw oysters, Vienna sausage, blue cheese dressing, and chocolate syrup together. So let's get him to 1,000 subscribers. That will be fun. Tom, we will catch you later. Thank you for joining us today. Oh, thank you, Janice. So Janice found the link that Janice provided is the link to the Reckless Eating Las Vegas episode where Val gets tipsy on Clamato and reviews pizza. And just a word of warning, it is reckless eating and not trippy food. We are a family-friendly channel. They are not. So Val drops some F-bombs. So just so you know, before you go out there, it's a little different than our channel. So there we go. Hi, Doodle. Welcome back. Did I give you 2 snacks already? Did I? Doodle, the Prince of Darkness, everybody. For anybody who just came into the room or anybody who hasn't been there long, it is Doodle, the Prince of Darkness. Isn't he adorable? He's just so cute. You are just so cute, Doodle. You're adorable and cute. And because you're adorable and cute, you get a snack. Miguel, no, because I mentioned the Southern Ocean. So the question was, besides the Arctic and Southern Oceans, what body of water joins the Atlantic and Pacific? So Southern Ocean is not part of the answer. It's one besides the Arctic and the Southern Ocean. What other body of water joins the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans? Do you want that? There you go. Why do you always run away when I give you snacks? Fine, be that way. Doodle, the Prince of Darkness, everybody. All right. So we did ask our question. What am I doing? Oh, okay. These are fritada de atun. Now, fritada de atun is literally means tuna fry. They're calling it a, let's see, did they do it on both sides? They do it on both sides. They're calling it a zesty tuna fish dip. I have no idea what that means. The company is Conchita, and Conchita is, this is a product of Spain. Conchita Foods was founded by Sixto Ferro in 1937 in Pinar del Rio in Cuba. And then after the communists took over Cuba in 1959, it was reformed in 1964 in Miami, Florida. So Conchita is the name of the company. This is fratita de atun, which is a zesty tuna fish dip. And I imagine it is very much Cuban. It's Cuban style. Hello, Abe. Hello, Abe. Where's Abe? Which Abe? Abe Simpson. There he is. Hey, welcome, Abe. Glad you can make it. Also, it looks like Christian Rodriguez came into the room. Welcome. Christian, we have not seen you in a while. That's cool. Val chugged it for local on stream. No, Christian, we will not do that for 2 reasons. Reason number 1, Val has a very low tolerance of alcohol. If you follow that link that Janice provided, you'll see why, or you'll see what happens when Val has even a small quantity of alcohol. So Val has a low tolerance to alcohol. And 2, we're on YouTube, And it doesn't matter whether it's live or not, YouTube will take it down because YouTube does not let you chug alcohol, as Reckless Eating has found out the hard way and had to take down dozens, if not hundreds, of their videos for that exact reason. So again, we're going to open this up. Now, this is a tuna dip. They're calling it a tuna dip. I have some crackers, and they're like Ritz crackers, I guess. They're kind of, I'm going to guess they kind of have a buttery taste. So I'm going to taste a little bit of it first so that we, don't have that buttery taste muddle the taste of our tuna dip or whatever you want to call this thing. No, Christian, I'm not criticizing you for that or anything. I'm just saying, I'm just explaining why I can't do that. Because Reckless Eating used to do that on YouTube, but then YouTube made them take every one of the videos down. And for a live stream, the live stream is recorded and goes up. They will take it down. I don't know how they know. But again, they made Reckless Eating take all their videos down. And I think they weren't the only ones. I think Main Event Pong had some of their videos taken down. LA Beast had some of their videos taken down. It just, it was okay before, then it wasn't okay. There's a bunch of other things. The vomiting, they took that down. And any of the videos that had that in it, they took that down. So they just kind of changed the rules. And a lot of the older channels that, had hundreds, literally hundreds of videos like that had taken down because they changed the rules. So review some Everclear. Well, the thing about Everclear, Eli, is that it doesn't. I mean, it tastes like alcohol, right? There's not really a lot of flavor in it. Everclear, it's just pure alcohol. So there's not a lot of flavor to it. So you would use Everclear. You would add something to Everclear. The thing is like where we're kind of focused on how something tastes. Everclear, it'll get you wrecked, but flavor-wise, not a whole lot. So I don't know. I mean, maybe there's some way to use that to kind of perk something up, maybe. But, just on its own, probably not. So we'll see. Make a Patreon if you want to do that sort of stuff. Well, I mean, I haven't done that sort of stuff. It just seems like it wouldn't be worth it to do a Patreon just to do that. Because, I mean, how often would I be doing that? I'm not a heavy drinker, so I wouldn't be doing do it to do like 4 videos a year. It wouldn't be worth it. What might work is if I go on, because Matt does stuff on Patreon and everything, is maybe do an episode with Matt where we're doing that. And then it goes on Reckless Eating on Patreon where it doesn't matter. So maybe that's a possibility. I'm not saying I won't do it. I'm just saying it's not appropriate for me to do it here. And it wouldn't make sense for me to devote a channel to it where I would only be doing it like maybe 4 times a year or something. You can do it on Twitch. I do have a Twitch account. I just haven't used it for anything. But I want to do the music thing soon, and I don't know if it's I don't know. I think it would be better off doing it on Reckless Eating or something like that on one of the media that allows you to do that. I missed the golden era of YouTube. Yeah, we kind of came in not in the golden era. We came in just on the cusp of the golden era, and so it wasn't shortly after, because we've been doing this for I think 7 years. This is weird. It looks like chili. I would hold it up to the camera, but I don't want the stuff spilling all over the place. Let's see how I can do this. It looks like tomato sauce or chili. I don't know if you guys can see that. Can you see that? But it's tuna. Oh, yeah. When you get close, you can smell it. But fortunately, when you're not close, you can't smell too much. It smells like tuna and chili. What is in there? What did I do in the box? Oh, here it is. Let's see what's in there. Ingredients contains fish. Well, I hope so. Ingredients: tuna, sunflower oil, onion, pimento, pickles, tomato, all the stuff Matt likes: onions, pickles, and tomato. Spices, rice flour, and salt added. I mean, there's no chemicals or weird stuff there. It sounds like just normal stuff. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a little bit on the spoon first. Then I'll put some on the cracker. Let's try this and see what this is all about. You can see that. Here we go. That was a screenshot right there. I'm almost ready to start my StreamYard chill channel. When you do, Eli, let us know. We'll check it out. Freaking cancel culture. I think this preceded cancel culture, but you know, again, they're a private company. They can do whatever they want. You know, it's not like they were targeting certain people, certain types of people. They were just saying we're changing our rules. That's good. I was nervous about that. So it almost tastes like tuna salad, or you know, like tuna fish. So you make for a tuna fish sandwich. It definitely tastes like that, but then with a it's oily and it's spicy. That would make like an awesome sandwich, an awesome tuna sandwich. I'm not really a big fan of tuna sandwiches, but that would be really good. That's good. I don't think StreamYard is for the Trippy Food demographic. Probably not. But that's okay. I thought StreamYard was not a media, but a streaming device. Like you could use StreamYard with YouTube, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I am mistaken a lot, so you know. But I admit it. I admit it when I'm wrong. Or I don't know. I just say I don't know. What is that? An onion? I hope it's an onion because it looks like a piece of plastic. That might be a piece of plastic. No, I think it's an onion. I think it's an onion skin. I'm not going to eat it. That's okay. Me finding things in my food doesn't really bother me a lot. You can see like there's a chunk of tomato right there. There's a chunk of onion. There's a chunk of pickle there. At first I thought it was like really well blended, but it's not. Here we go. Cheers. It looks like you're eating peanut butter out of a cat food container. If you saw it up close, let's see if we can do this. It doesn't really look like peanut butter. Kind of weird. Have you tried the beer yet? If so, how was it? I did. I'll chase this with it. Strangely, I'm not a big fan of I don't like tuna sandwiches. Not a big fan of it. I would eat it. I would eat a tuna sandwich made with this. This is really good. That's gonna get a thumbs up. Thumbs up for me. I don't know. It's just the fact that there's oil in it, that there's chili in it, just totally changes the flavor. Really nice blend of spices, and then the chunks of tomato and pickle and onion. It's really nice. That's a big thumbs up. Really odd thing. I don't remember how much this was. The price tag is still on it. I don't think so. I don't remember how much this was, but I was thinking it just looked really scary. It's not. It's actually really good. So I'm gonna have to finish this because I don't like to waste food, but I'll eat that later with stuff. All right, thumbs up for me. All right, let's go back to our card. And the question was, besides the Arctic and the Southern Oceans, what body of water joins the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans? And the guesses were long time ago. Let's see. We were talking about Chilada Val. There's honey. We said goodbye to Tom. Ice Hand says Gulf of Mexico connected by the Panama Canal. So we'll just say the Gulf of Mexico is not the body of water itself, but the Panama Canal. We'll call that. Janice Yamanaka said the Panama Canal. Miguel Rangel said Southern Ocean, but I think I corrected him and said, no, that was one of the ones besides we were talking to. Let's see. Were there other guesses? I do not see any other guesses, so please forgive me if I missed it. The correct answer is, in fact, the Panama Canal. The Panama Canal has not always been a canal. It has not always been there. It was, I think, in the early 1900s. It was built in the early 1900s. So before that, people had to, if people wanted to go from Europe to Asia, they had to go all the way down around, I think it's called Cape Horn. Cape Horn at the bottom of South America. They had to go all the way down, or they could go through the Arctic, but it was usually ice locked, so it was hard to go through the Arctic. They would have to go all the way down. And so when they built the Panama Canal, just made it really easier. So yes, it is in fact the Panama Canal. All right, did I miss anything? I love tuna sandwiches. I still get them from Subway, even with all the controversy. Yeah, I don't remember them ever resolving that controversy. Like, I know that somebody sued Subway saying that their sandwiches were not made from real, their tuna was not fish. But I don't remember ever seeing like somebody did a test on it and they found out what it was, or like somebody said I got this at Subway. I don't know. Has anybody else heard that? Does anybody else know the story behind that? What the result of that was, that lawsuit against Subway? But I will tell you, and you can see this for yourself. Go back and find one of our episodes. We did Tom's great idea was to get a meatball and tuna sub from together, because we asked him to do that. Is to go to Subway and eat a meatball and tuna sub together. And it was one of the most unpleasant things I've ever eaten on this show. And I've eaten some unpleasant things on this show. It was horrible. It's terrible. But there we go. I don't remember if it was we did it for reckless eating or we did it for Old Guy in Colorado. I don't remember. I just remember it was bad. They did test it and it was fish. So are they saying that it was fish but it wasn't tuna fish, or are they're saying that they tested what they had at Subway and it was fish, and so the people who were suing them, they just dismissed the lawsuit, or they said, well, I don't know what you got or where you got it, but it wasn't what they have at Subway. I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. Anyway, it's 9:30ish in the UK. We'll catch you all next week. Look after yourself. Well, Andrew, thank you for joining us today. Glad you could join us and take part of your weekend to see us. So yes, hopefully we will let you know via Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. We'll let you know ahead of time when we're going to be doing another live stream, and hopefully we'll see you there. So have a good evening, Andrew, and cheers. About the Subway lawsuit, I remember hearing that they tested tuna. They couldn't prove that it wasn't tuna. Okay. Would you put that thing you were eating on a Felipe sandwich? No, Christian, I would not do that. As a Felipe sandwich, you're talking about a French dip sandwich, obviously. The French dip sandwich is a French dip sandwich. So like, why ruin? So the thing is, this is good, but why ruin that, right? So like, I don't think I would put it on another kind of sandwich. Yeah, I don't think I would add it to another kind of sandwich. It's kind of like a spread. What's something you could put it on as a spread that would work? I'm not sure. I think it's designed to be put on crackers. At least that, that's the picture shows that, right? On crackers. So I don't know. I don't know what else, man. The thing that bothers me, they can still sell a foot-long sub when it's proven not to be a foot long. Yeah, I know. Yeah, Christian, I don't think I would put it on a Felipe sandwich. I haven't had a Felipe sandwich for a while. I need to go back and get one. I do like them. I think I like them better than the Coles. I don't know that it's better quality, and you certainly don't get as much as you do at Coles, but it is cheaper, and I just kind of like that whole blue collar, vibe there. Oh, so this is what we're doing next. We're doing calamares, chicharrones, rellenos, and su tinta, which is squid stuffed in its own ink. Stuffed in its own ink. Stuffed in its ink? It's like stuffed with its ink? I don't know. It's weird. What is it stuffed with? It says stuffed squids in their own ink. What is it stuffed with? Doesn't even say. Ingredients: squid, sunflower oil, tomato, onion, cephalopod ink, that's squid ink, spices, and salt. It's hard to understand that that's stuffed with anything. Anyways, the company is Albo, and actually it's Hijos de Carlos Albo, which means sons of Carlos Albo, or if you want to totally translate it, sons of Charles Albo. It was founded by Carlos Albo K in 1869 in Vigo, Spain. So this is a product of Spain. Squid in their own ink. Let's ask a question. Did I answer that last question? We did say Panama Canal, right? Yeah, we did. All right. The question is, the El Cholo Cafe in Los Angeles, California, is credited for bringing what Mexican dish to the United States? Again, the question, the El Cholo Cafe in Los Angeles, California, is credited for bringing what Mexican dish to the United States? That goes in the Mexican food aisle. And hey, Amy Keiki has just entered the room. I have not seen you in a while, Amy. Welcome back. It's always good to see you. Thank you. I'm glad you could join us. What is Coles? What's Coles? What's Coles? Oh, Coles, like coleslaw. Christian, so in the big French dip wars, both Coles and Felipe's, or Felipe, it's not Felipe's, it's Felipe. Both Felipe and Coles claim to have invented the French dip sandwich. And so so there's this kind of war going on between them as to which one invented the French dip sandwich. Now, if you're going to ask me who invented a French dip sandwich, one is named Coles and the other is Felipe. I'm going to kind of go with the Felipe. It's French dip sandwich, and their name is Felipe. I'm going to kind of go with that. But there's no evidence, there's no evidence to prove there isn't. There's no evidence to prove there is. Both of them say that they invented it. I'm gonna go with Felipe's, but Coles is a competitor who says that they invented it, and so that's what Coles is. There is a Trippy Food episode where we go to both Coles and Felipe's so that we can settle that once and for all. So watch that video, and you can see how we settle the argument of who invented it. Was it Coles or was it Felipe? So there we go. And Janice, if you have a chance, if you can, maybe if you can find that video and post the link for that. There we go. Now, did I miss anybody? I got Drew Horst. I got you. Amy Keiki got you. Glad you could join us. I've not seen you in a while, but I'm glad you're here. All right. So now let's go ahead and open this. Again, the company is Hijos de Albo, Sons of Albo, Sons of Carlos Albo K, not Albo K, Albo K. And squid, stuffed squid in its own ink. Now, I guess the thing is like tomatoes, onions, and stuff. Now, these are both in similar cartons, both packed a similar way, two separate companies, and almost the same ingredients. Makes me a little suspicious. Oh, that's really dark. All right, so let's see how we're going to do this. Been busy with spooky season. Well, spooky season's over, but it's almost time of year for capirotada. Thank you for reminding me, Eli. My friend Alex, who's a baker, I'm going to ask him if we can do an episode doing that. I think we tried to do it last year and we couldn't, but I think I'm going to ask him if we could do an episode on that. So it's due. Thank you, Janice. Janice has just posted the link for our Felipe versus Coles video, so check that out. All right, let's see, where's my fork? Here's my fork. So this is Albo stuffed squid in its own ink. It's probably one of those things where like my teeth are going to be black afterwards. There we go. See how we can do this without maybe dripping all over the place here. Looks like a heart. They ripped the heart out of something. And you can see all that. Let's see if we can get my face out of there. There we go. It looks like an animal organ. That is the pod of the squid. So squid has the pod, which is the main body, and then has the tentacles, and the eyes are right on the edge of the tentacles. Looks like there's tentacles there. They're just all kind of folded over. And again, it's kind of oily. It's tender, which is a good thing for squid. You don't always get, squid can be chewy sometimes if it's not prepared right. That ink has a very distinct flavor. The other things that are in there add some nice flavor to it. It's cooked perfectly. It still has a little bit of chewiness to it, but it just breaks apart in your mouth. Really tender. Thumbs up. Now, I'm going to warn you ahead of time. If you don't like strong tasting, seafood, you're not going to like it. But me, I do. So that's a thumbs up from me, but it might not be for you. Is Eli taking off? Oh, okay. Hey, see you later, Eli. Thank you for joining us. Have a great rest of your weekend. Capirotada is in Easter. Easter. Well, Eli says it's almost that time of year for it. So one of you's wrong. Yeah, Eli said it and ran. All right, let's go back to our question. Our question was, the El Cholo Cafe in Los Angeles is credited for bringing what Mexican dish to the United States? The guesses were, Janice Yamanaka said burrito. Miguel Rangel said burritos. That looks like it. Oh, no. Christian Rodriguez said nachos. It is, in fact, burritos. We had the nacho question earlier, Christian. Who invented nachos? We had that question earlier. But it is, in fact, burritos. And yes, they were, I don't know what year it was, but the El Cholo Cafe in Los Angeles, California, brought that dish to the United States, introduced Americans to the burrito. So there we go. Let's put that back on the deck. Let's see. How many we got left? We got 2 left. How are we doing on time? 10 minutes? I better pick it up a little bit. All right. So let's read another question. And the question is, where was the Panama hat invented? Again, the question, where was the Panama hat invented? All right. Let's do these next. I have a feeling that these are going to be like Takis, that these are Taqueritos. The company is Yummies. These are Taqueritos, chili toreado, naturally and artificially flavored, chili-flavored rolled corn tortilla chips. This is, let's see, a product of Honduras. And they were founded in San Pedro Sula in Honduras in 1976. So, corn smell. Don't smell spicy. But there's flames on it. They look like little Takis. Oh my God, they're really crunchy. Very similar flavor. That chili. It's not like a Flamin' Hot. It's maybe that level of heat as Flamin' Hot. It definitely has a vinegar taste to it. I'm sure it has acetic acid in it, or maybe citric acid. It has both citric acid and acetic acid. Citric acid being like citrus fruit, like orange, lemon, lime, and acetic acid being vinegar. So it has both. All right, so for me, it's kind of like, I'm gonna say like a fresher tasting Takis. It doesn't taste as stale as Takis. It tastes a little bit fresher, more of a crunch to it. I like the pepper flavor better than Takis. I could eat that a lot. Yeah, I'm gonna give that a thumbs up. I think I like those better than Takis. They also have a nice, almost like a black pepper spice that comes in it afterwards. They're calling it, let's see, is it medium? They're calling it medium hot. I don't know, it's medium. It just tastes like hot sauce, like a vinegar-based hot sauce because of that acetic acid in there. The vinegar that's actually in there. It almost gives it like a vinegar-based hot sauce flavor. So it's more like a hot sauce, I think, than than even Takis and everything. That's a thumbs up. All right. The question was, where was the Panama hat invented? The guesses were, let's see, Janice Yamanaka said Ecuador. Miguel Rangel said Ecuador. Those look like the only guesses. It was, in fact, Ecuador. You should do the One Chip Challenge 2022 for a video. Christian, we did that. Oh, I'm sorry. So Christian, we did it for a live stream. We did it on the live stream. We did the 2021 and the 2022 back to back. Now, unfortunately, in the live stream, so you don't want to have to watch the whole thing. So what I've done was I downloaded the video, and I'm going to extract just that piece of it. And so we'll put out a video of just me eating that. But it'll be extracted from the live stream video. So I think that covers your bases for you. So again, we've already done it because we did it on a live stream, but no, it's okay, Christian, because like I said, I'm going to put it out as a separate video. We're just going to extract the piece where we're just doing the one chip challenge chips there. I don't know if you can see all three there. I have the 2021, the 2022, and then I think in the back, the 2021. Word of caution, never do the 2021 and the 2022 back to back, not unless you don't mind massive capsaicin cramps afterwards. Oh, come on. I hate spam. All right, last one, last snack. How are we doing on time? Mike, we're going to go a little bit over. Is that okay with you guys? If you don't mind, just a little bit over. This is really weird because it's like, it's full of liquid. You guys can see that. It's full of liquid. The company is called Hola. The actual name of the company is Productos Hola de Noros Este, which was founded in 1988 in Mexico City. And it was founded by somebody who started processing fruit in brine, which is basically, I think they call that type of fruit processed in brine, saladitos, right? So this is, let's see, enmilade, Chile, ciruela salada con chile sabor fresa. Fresa is strawberries. Chili strawberry flavored salted plum. Does that sound horrible to you? Does that sound frightening to you? Chili strawberry flavored salted plum. In the words of Harrison Ford, I got a bad feeling about this. All right, here we go. Oh, question. Did I ask the question? I did answer the question about Panama Hat, right? It was Ecuador, right? We didn't ask, we got to ask the last question. So the last question is, what food item was the focus of the movie Chef? Again, what food item was the focus of the movie Chef? All right, that goes over there. Let's go ahead and open this up. And may God have mercy on my soul. No smell. Essentially, it's a pickled plum with strawberry flavoring. I know, it sounds bizarre. It sounds bizarre to me. All right, here we go. Yeah, I'm a little bit nervous about this. There we go. So when it says plum, really what they mean is prune. It is a prune, which is a preserved plum. Here we go. Mm. What they don't tell you, they don't take the pit out. Could have broken a tooth. You might not like that if you're not like somebody who doesn't like to work around food, like the tiny bones and frog legs. These aren't as bad as I thought. They're salty, but they're not overly salty. They're really, really tangy. I think that's the plum itself, maybe. They're really tangy. They're not really strawberry flavored. It seems to be lacking in strawberry flavor. Not something you can eat a lot of. It's sour. It's tangy. It's sweet. It's not bad. It's a little bit salty. Not something you would eat a lot of, but not bad. I'm going to say thumbs up, but trending downward. You know, again, it's kind of a fun thing to eat a couple of those. I just can't see there sitting and eating the whole bag, especially because they're not pitted prunes. Still have the pit in them, so you've got to work through them and everything. So that's kind of what I'm going to say. I'm going to say thumbs up, trending downward. Flavor's pretty good. Don't like to have to work through a pit of it. And again, it's like really, really strong, so you can't really eat a whole lot of that. The question was, what food item was the focus of the movie Chef? The guesses were Ecuador, No, that was the last one. The guesses were Janice Yamanaka said Cuban sandwiches and yuca fries, and Janice was the only one that answered that. And it is, in fact, Cuban sandwiches. The yuca fries, they did those as well. But the focus of the movie was the Cuban sandwiches, the Cubano Cuban sandwiches. You're absolutely correct, Janice. Janice, you get all the points because nobody else asked that. What happened to the Panama hat? What happened to the Panama hat? What do you mean what happened to it? They still wear it. They still make them. They're still called Panama hats. But they're made in Ecuador. So there we go. Or maybe that was the question. Maybe I asked that question and didn't answer the question. It was, in fact, Ecuador. I thought we did that. All right. So let's see. It's 3 o'clock right now, but I would be disappointing you if I didn't put all this stuff together. The question is how I'm going to do this. So here, I'm going to try. Oh, there's just the box. We'll try putting that on the bottom. And that is our buñuelo, Mexican buñuelo, just so that you know the difference. Let's see, we got our orange shortbread cookie. This is not going to go well. We have our cheesecake, and I don't mean cheesecake, I mean cheesecake, our Salvadoran cheesecake. This is going to be a mess. We have our bocadillo, which is our guava paste with the sugar wafer. Oh yeah, this is going to be bad. I'm gonna. Let's see. Let's do the plum. I'm going to try to pit this. See if I can. Just because it's a lot of work, I'm only going to do one. No, Janice, it is not going to end well. But, you know, science and all that, right? All right. So I think I got that out. There we go. Put that up there. Get rid of our pit. And we have, let's see, a squid. Yeah, this is where it gets nasty. We have a squid. I know you guys are cringing now. And our tuna dip. How are we going to do this? I think I'm going to try to cut the squid at least in half. Look at that. That looks nasty. All right. And then the cookie and the, oh my God, this is horrible. Did we get everything? Did I forget anything? I did forget something. Hang on. I forgot our Taqueritos. Oh my God. How am I going to eat this? I can't get my mouth around that. Oh, well, I'm devoted. I am devoted. I'm going to eat this. I'm going to find some way to eat this. It's going to fall apart. It's going to go all over the place. I think I have dog hair in there. Noodle hair. All right, here we go. If any of you are religious, please pray for me right now. I think I got squid ink on my face. Is it still there? That's squid ink. That's not going to come off. That's bizarre. Not horrendous, but it's bizarre. the weird thing. I'm tasting the shortbread cookie. That's what I taste the most. And that now it tastes like orange. That's bizarre. I'm not gonna eat the rest of this. It's just bizarre. It's just weird. There's no reason to. Everything's good. I don't think I had anything here that I was really. I don't think anything got a thumbs down, right? Yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and say that's not bad, but it's just too crazy for me. I'm like I can't even get my mouth around that and everything. The flavors pop out, so you can definitely taste it. But why? Why is the orange shortbread the strongest thing in here? There's squid in here. There's tuna in here. Why am I tasting the orange shortbread cookie? That's bizarre and weird. But hey, you know, science. So there we go. Drink some beer. Yeah, I could do that. Again, it's not a bad taste, but it's just weird. That's good beer. All right, put it in a burrito. What do I look like, Tom? The 2022 burrito, maybe? I don't know. Not horrible, not awful, but not something that any human would really normally eat on their own. And it is what it is. So again, ooh, that happened. There's sludge on the top of that. I thank you once again for joining me on my on the weekend. It didn't seem like we had as many people on today, and I don't know if it's because in the past I've changed the times around a little bit, and we're trying to get back to a regular schedule. I don't know that it's, maybe there's just like other stuff going on, football games, something along those lines. But it's okay. I always enjoy the people that do show up. We had some people that have not shown up in a while that did show up and everything. It was nice to see you, and I'm glad you could make it. And I'm glad you made Trippy Food a part of your weekend. So again, I love the camaraderie. I love the community that we've built here. It's just a great group of people, and just really, really appreciate it. So I want to thank every one of you for joining us today and for continuing to join us. Again, I will remind you that we have just started a new, we didn't start it, but we just joined a new social media called Tribal, Tribel. And so you can check us out there. We're posting, food and travel type stuff on there. Supposedly it's like a less political version of Twitter. So we're trying it out. We'll see how it is. Join us there if you want. If you go to Tribal, I think it's called Tribal Social maybe, and just look for Trippy Food. You'll find us there, and just join us, and we'll see you there. In the meantime, glad you all could join us. And again, it's the high point of my week. Always enjoy this. I can't imagine not doing this, but we have Sunday left. We have a whole weekend left. So go out and enjoy it, but be careful because it's crazy out there. Please take care of yourselves, take care of others, and we will see you soon. Goodbye, everybody. Have a great weekend.